All right, so I want to show you the armorless setup for Blighttown Skip. There is an armored setup which is technically easier, but it does have risk of slides, which can change your aim variation a lot, actually. So I'm just gonna show you the armorless one with a plunge. This is technically a little bit more skill intensive and a little bit harder, but once you learn it, it's extremely consistent. So first of all, you want to just have short bow on and rapier or straight sword hilt. I like rapier because you usually have it on or like need it for gargoyles or whatever. So we're just going to have it on right now, like at the top slot, and then unequip it so that's indexed. So like it's not on now, and then like if you were falling and you put it on, it would immediately go to it. So let's take it off again so that we're at a really low equipment load. And then when you run in here, you want to go to this little alcove right here. So right here. And then get in this corner. And then once you're in this corner, let me grab my pen tool real quick. You want to line up this part of the aiming reticle with this white line right here. I'm just going to circle it real quick. So right now it's not lined up. Right now it's lined up. So you can see this white line right here is along this spoke right here. You can have it to a tiny bit to the right or a tiny bit to the left. It won't change it that much, but just try to get it like as close to that as possible. Like you really, if you get to like over like on this black line, that's kind of pushing it sometimes. It's not always gonna fuck up, but if you really want it to be consistent, get it on that white line. So once you're here, I'm just gonna store position real quick. Like what I usually just hold walk down left on my controller, just so I just stay in place. Once you're here, you're gonna want to do a arrow cancel roll forward, and then you press the button. And then once you start going down, you want to aim the camera a little bit left and then start backstepping. This elevator has a bunch of different corners in it. You see this is a corner right here, this is a corner right here, this is another corner. You really just want to get the camera into, well, you want to be at this point. So like not directly behind the button, but like right here. And then when you're right here, you want to aim at these like 3 lines right here. They're at the set, well, 2 lines. They're at like the center of my aiming reticle right now. I'll just highlight them real quick. Oh, oh shit, bruh. Fucking, they're right there. They're over there. Fucking mouse controls, goddamn. But yeah, once you're in that corner, once you're in this corner, and you're aimed at these lines over here, you do an arrow cancel roll forward and then back step, and then quit out. And then once you quit out, you'll be spawned. You'll transition clip to the top of the elevator shaft and just quit out right when you fall and die. You're not actually dead. You know, slow quit out. This was not a slide. Slides don't really matter right now, but anyway, now that you're right here, I'm going to store my position again. Remember that we have the rapier index to the first slot, and you're going to want to aim all the way down and then line up the top right reticle along this black line right here. I don't know why it keeps fucking doing that. I'm gonna just move this here. Yeah, you just want to aim this reticle along this black line. So let's do that real quick. Hold on. Like that. And then once you're there, you want to do a back step and then a backwards roll, and then immediately equip the rapier and plunge attack. Oh. And then you're here. There is some stuff that I will go over in a tiny bit about the seam walk, but I think that the transition clip in general is more important to learn at the current moment. So I'm gonna quickly just show everything again and just re-explain everything. Yeah, close that. Okay. So right now I'm just gonna drop breaksword. So rapier indexed here. We'll equip. Come to this corner. Aim at the little white line right there. Arrow cancel roll. Aim a little bit to the left. Start backstepping until you get stuck. And then aim up at these little black lines right here. Arrow cancel roll, backstep. Quit out. Quit out again. That was a slide. This won't matter right now, but you will notice that compared to the other time, if you skip back in the video, my aim will be a little bit higher. Like my reticle is like very slightly closer to the top of that thick black segment. Close that out real quick. Come on, man. So last time I was like the reticle was like down here, now it's like up here. That if your reticle is higher, that means that you're farther forwards in relation to the ammo shaft, like well this like elevator shaft. And that means that you need either more distance or a different angle. With this setup though, because we're doing a plunge, it extends our character's hitbox basically, and it lets us get down consistently. So it doesn't matter a ton, but that's just for future reference. So again, line up that on the black part, backstep, back roll, equip the rapier, plunge, we're down. One more time, just going through as normal. You can also do it with like the rapier already equipped and then equip something else, but don't do that. You could equip the rapier on the elevator and then equip the straight sword hilt as the plunge, but that just makes it a little bit more complicated. All right, now that we're down at the bottom, there's a couple things you want to know about the seam. So initially going onto it, I'm going to turn no death on and ignore kill real quick so that I don't have to constantly reload the save. When you go down here, if you just let your character slide down, so you see this like line right here? I'm just trying to show it slowly. So that, just trying to actively show it right now. So this line that I'm standing on right now is where this is the seam. That little slide part right above that like you get down onto, like that's just a slope. So the best way to get onto this is just like walk a little bit forward and then left. Oh, right. Because, you know, it's right there. So it's not immediately as this like concrete structure starts, it's a little bit after. I'm not getting onto it because I'm trying to show you where it is basically. So, and once you're onto it, you want to walk until you get to here, and there's this slight turn. So like as soon as you see like this, shit, come on, man. I really wish that there was like a better way for me to do this. Once you see like this, like change in direction, like it goes from straight to that, that's when I know that the turn is coming up. So once you get onto it, there's like this straight part, and then you can also see like this little floating texture above my head. That's also the turn. So once you get there, you just walk towards, I walk towards this with like just straight at that until I see my character start rising up. So get onto it, forward, then as soon as he starts rising up, like right now, oh, I was trying to stop. Once you start rising up like that, that's when you know that it's going to start turning soon. So you see this part, like I'm currently on the seam. The seam goes like this, and then it slightly turns, like actually, it's more like that, honestly. Draw this best. It like very slightly turns. This is normally where you're gonna fall off. You're either gonna overcorrect and try to turn like off here and then you'll fall down that way, or you'll miss the turn a little bit and fall off this way. So this, honestly, falling off this way is, it's dangerous, but it's less dangerous than this because this, the kill box right here is actually really close to the, like, to the ground, well, to where you are. So I'm gonna just delete this real quick. So walk this way as soon as I've seen that texture, and then it starts going up. So I'm just like very slowly, very gingerly turning my camera like that. And you see how I fell off right there? That's because I missed the turn. I'm used to sprinting along this. So the turn is like right here. Yeah, it's exactly right here. So you see, if you like pan your camera a little bit, you can see how it goes from straight like here to like kind of turning right there. So let's go back there. Rising up. So yeah, I just passed the turn right there. And once you get right here, you can see the seam. So you just want to run along it until you get to this break in the texture right here. So there's this huge line right here. Like you can really obviously see it like on these places, like all along this. And once you get here, you can either do one of two things. Oops. You can do the rapier R2, or you can do a straight sword hilt R1. So right here, I'm just gonna do it with the, I'm gonna show you it with both. You need to also set up something called delayed rolls, which I think I have a separate video on. I don't really want to explain it right here, just because this is already kind of long. But essentially, you want to, you know, just hilt boost or rapier boost or whatever off the thing, and then plunge, and then fall. And I'm gonna start position right here real quick, actually. You want to wait a little bit, because if you roll too early, you're gonna wind up on top of Quelaag's domain, and if you roll too late, you die. But it's just kind of like a general, I don't even, with the seam roll, because the stamina is very, very standardized everywhere, I just have a visual cue on my stamina bar. But for this, I just kind of wing it. I'm just going to show you with the hilt real quick. Plunge, roll. So, yeah, I think I have to just reload my save up here. I didn't let everything load in fast enough. Oh, alright, whatever. I'll just let it save. Here. Yeah, this was like the... Where the fuck am I? Oh. Yeah, that was with the hilt. I'll just do it with the rapier real quick. So. Bruh. Anyway. Yeah, learn how to do delayed rolls. If you have questions about that last part, just, you know, ask in the Discord or experiment on your own. But that's pretty much the gist of it, honestly. I'll just show it in continuity one last time, like the whole thing. Oh, I still have no death on. You'll never slide off like that unless you have no death on. You see how, like, I'm really far ahead now, like, really far forward? It shouldn't matter, though. And yeah, that's Playtime Skip. So, hopefully that helps. Again, any questions, just feel free to ask in the Discord. You're gonna have to figure out how to do delayed rolls because I don't really explain them here. So, but I think there's an article for it on the wiki, if there's a link in the description. Also link my delayed roll video in the description, so, yep. Bye-bye.